I just want to reiterate that I quit drinking permanently. It's all part of my plan to get along better with everyone in the park, including you, Rick. Booze free for weeks, boys. Feels great.
Oh, you quit drinking, have you, Jimmy?
Randy,
Give me a drink.
let it go, Randy.
Oh, it's vodka.
131 proof, bud, straight up. I'm fucking wasted.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another video for the Tales of the Walking Dead. We are now here to do our full season review and give our overall thoughts on the first season of Tales of the Walking Dead. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing another video for today. This one's going to be doing another video for Tales of the Walking Dead. We are here now to give our full recap and discussion for Season 1 overall of Tales of the Walking Dead. And what do we think about the show so far as a series, as a 6-episode special? We really have no idea because we have not had any kind of news on a Season 2 so far. But we're going to talk about, the 6 episodes, what we thought of the show, and all that kind of stuff. So, Alright, now Tales of the Walking Dead. If you are interested, you can also go ahead and watch the individual reviews for these episodes. Obviously, for all 6 episodes, they're in the channel now, so you can get a little bit more in-depth thoughts than we're going to do in this video, because it's just kind of like an overall kind of review. Man, how do I start with Tales of the Walking Dead, man? Because this is a show that, when it was first pitched, I was actually very excited for the potential, the potential that this show had. And I'm left feeling like, I don't feel like we got anything of what we wanted, to be honest, guys. I really don't. Tales of the Walking Dead feels like an experiment rather than an actual show. Because, this show was originally pitched to be a Tales from the Walking Dead. We were going to get Tales from the Walking Dead universe, And, Gimple promised we would get Walking Dead characters. We would get all this stuff. And I know a lot of people say, oh, they never promised that. No, Dan, they never promised we would get all Walking Dead characters. Guys, what do you think this show... Do you really think that they would have pitched this show originally to be just random-ass people in the face of the earth of The Walking Dead and that be it? Because, honestly, all I get from this show is we get 5 randoms and 1 familiar face. That's all we got. Now, while the Alpha episode was very good, I will admit, the Alpha episode is really good, and we're going to start talking about these episodes now. The Alpha episode, I really enjoyed it. I firmly enjoyed the Alpha episode, and I thought it was really good. Sure, there share problems. I really think that the ending scene was a big issue with the whole, how does Beta fit into the timeline? I really feel like they could have fixed that for sure, and I did hear a lot of comments from you guys kind of, talking about that, but, for the most part, Episode 3 was really good. Episode 6, I was actually a really big fan of. Episode 6 was really good. It was kind of like this horror, thriller type episode, and I thought it was really, really well done. But aside from those guys, I just didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It was full of just missed opportunities, really just kind of not what anybody really would want, to be honest. I mean, take episode 2, for example. We saw an episode in Atlanta. They mentioned the CDC. This episode should have been fire, to be honest. This should have been amazing. But instead, we're trapped in this time loop with these 2 female characters who are losing their shit. And they're like, hey, let's do something different this time. How about you take the truck this way and then I'll do this. And but make sure it doesn't explode though, because we've done that before. None of us want this. Seriously, did any fan sit there and say, I want to see an episode about what I just said? No one. And a lot of people say, well, it's a funny type episode. It's a comedy episode. Listen, there's a problem if this is a comedy episode, because instead of laughing about the episode, I'm laughing at it. There's a difference. Laughing with the episode is because it's funny, like Negan, or some of the saviors and some of their lines, or Negan's one-liners, or Abraham's one-liners. That's funny. That's funny shit. All I see is 2 idiots that don't know how to get out of a time loop, I mean, that's all I see. Honestly, that's all I learned from this episode. And a lot of people say, well, it's a necessary episode because it's in Atlanta. Really? Because I guarantee if I shoved these two chicks in Chicago and gave them the same story in Chicago, Washington, wherever, the story would not be any better. It does not matter that they're in Atlanta. And the only reason why they had Atlanta in here is because they wanted views. They wanted views. They knew that people would pick up on it in the trailer. They knew that people would know. Because let's be honest here, they did not film in Atlanta. This was in a completely other location that they made it seem like an Atlanta location, and it did not impact the story. Same thing with the Terry Crews episode, which this is an episode that I actually really enjoyed, you know? I really enjoyed Terry Crews, and I think Olivia Munn did a really good job. But thing is, you know, that episode, I mean, that one was just average at best, in my opinion. That one was just average at best. But, you know, we saw, like, you know, for example, they reused the old Terminus location in that episode. That doesn't impact the story at all. I mean, they even told us that they just reused the location and that isn't even supposed to be Terminus. Like, unbelievable. That is a really cool Easter egg. That was supposed to be a really cool kind of little tie-in, and they're like, no, we just reused a set because we're fucking cheap. Like, you know, I mean, that's basically what it was. So, I mean, okay, to be honest, if I was the one, I would have kind of covered my ass and said, yeah, sure, that was Terminus. Hell, at least it's a connection. Frig. I mean, we don't see much, but at least it's a connection to the overall story, but instead they're just like, no, we just reused that set. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Episode 4 is an episode about a guy that's out there studying walkers, and the episode ends with the guy out there studying walkers. Oh boy, this progression is just, I can't take it. There's so much going on. I actually liked the episode when it first came out. I'm not going to lie, if you watch the review. I have kept my opinion on all these episodes, except for this one. What a waste of time. Seriously. You start to realize how much of a waste of time it is. The girl is the only difference in the story, and she dies. Yes, we get info on zombies, but we already knew they formed in herds. We already knew all this stuff. There is no extra knowledge that we didn't know. At least no big game-changing piece that changes the world of the walk. Nothing. No, nothing at all. Episode 5 was this pointless murder mystery that went nowhere. Where is this going to go in 5-10 years in the universe of The Walking Dead? Nowhere. The only thing we got is a PPP sign. The PPP card that Heath had in The Walking Dead that Tara found. I mean, until that goes somewhere, I don't feel like that episode had any point. Are we ever going to see those characters again? Are we ever going to see this David character again? No, we're not. You know, he's just going to have to keep walking with his spring legs and get the hell out of there. Like, you know? And episode 6, although I like it, and I defend episode 6 a lot, they die, guys. There is no impact on the story here. So I guess what I'm really saying here, to kind of conclude this whole kind of recap, I just don't feel like this had a point to it. And, you know, there were little Easter eggs, but, I mean, you want to hear about something that actually had an impact and actually involved The Walking Dead? How about the Walking Dead webisodes, okay, for instance? A Red Machete, which we find out how it got to Joe and the Claimers, how it got to all these people, and it connects to The Walking Dead. It is a Tales from The Walking Dead. You know, this episode, in the webisode about the bicycle girl, you know, a really cool episode about showing the civilization, you know, breaking down, and by the time you see her dead, you're like, oh my god, that's her. Oh my god, that is so damn cool. I never got that kind of reaction from Tales of the Walking Dead. Okay, Terry and Olivia's characters are walking off with a goat. Okay, cool, they walk off with a goat. Yeah, the dream sequence continues in episode 2. Alpha becomes the Alpha, but we don't know how Beta comes in at all because they forgot that part. Episode 4, he's studying walkers. He's still studying walkers by the end of it. Episode 5, they think he murdered someone. At the end, he's just going to walk off anyway. Episode 6, they just die. See ya, end of the season. What a cheap gimmick, honestly. I am actually disgusted for The Walking Dead's sake. I really am. Because they can't get one fucking... I'm sorry for the language, but they can't get one spin-off right. Like, seriously, what is this? What is this, Gimple? Like, seriously. This was supposed to be a fun show about cool connection episodes in the world of The Walking Dead. And I feel like 5 hours of my time was wasted, and one episode had a point to it. which still has problems even through it. Unbelievable. So if I had to rank these episodes from worst to best, if I had to kind of give you all a general rating, my favorite episode is episode 6. I genuinely like that. I have a feeling I'm alone in that, but I think episode 6 was a very, very well done episode. Episode 3 is going to go at my number 2 spot. Episode 1 is number 3, third favorite. I like episode 1. Episode 4 is going to be number 4. Episode 5 is number 5. And I would say Gina and Blair is dead motherfucking last. I hate that episode with a fucking passion. So, there's my thoughts, guys. This is a 3 out of 10 I'm going to give this season. Overall, I am very disappointed in Tales of the Walking Dead. Very disappointed that The Walking Dead allowed something like this to come out. And I would not care about a season 2. And the only way I would care is if we have characters that they promise us. You know, something that actually stands out. Like a Half Moon episode or a Governor episode. But until then, this show did nothing for me. You know, honestly, it did absolutely nothing for me. And it's another failure of a first season in the world of The Walking Dead. Man, unbelievable. So, anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure to write your comments in the comment section below. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos of The Walking Dead. Make sure to also follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for The Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.